All right. Good evening. I'm only going to spend about maybe 15 minutes on this. Not much. Pretty much covered. I know it took 54 minutes on Saturday night, but I think I pretty much covered or what I needed to do anyway for this confusion here. I extended an invite to all involved, so if they would like to hop up, more than welcome. So I'm going to try and make this quick because I already took an hour and something this weekend for the confusion. So, first thing I'm going to ask anybody, whether they're, whoever's confused, whether they're watching or they're going to be watching on replay. First, I want you to do me a favor. Whoever's confused, I'm just going to keep saying that. Do me a favor, and I know it's 54 minutes. The confusion is confusing me. It ain't going to take long. And I honestly thought that with what I said Saturday night pretty much sums up it. You know, when I started my conversation Saturday night, never asked anybody to leave, never asked anybody not to be in, never asked anybody not to be included, never asked any of that. And my message Saturday night was to YouTube as a community, myself included. Because of the emails and the stories and me putting myself in their shoes is why I spoke from the heart Saturday night and why it took 54 minutes. Because I understood where they were coming from and what I wanted to say. If I was going to say about any specific person, I would have mentioned names. If anybody wasn't included, I would have said somebody wasn't included, and I didn't do any of that. I'm sorry, some people took it a certain way, but if you would have sat through that with me on Saturday night, anybody that I'm talking to that's confused, if you would have sat with me through that Saturday night, 54 minutes, I know it's long, but you would also hear why the message I had to say to us as a community, the reason why, where I was coming from, the feelings I was feeling, and the words that I used. This is about a community. This is about us. This is about the people that have a higher platform than the ones that are just sitting there watching. And we have to understand when we click on this panel or we type words in the chat that that is a higher platform than somebody just sitting watching. And so because we're on that higher platform, we have to keep that in mind. Now, when I did speak of specifics, it was about pertaining to the emails that I had got regarding specific topics and specific things that were said regarding those topics. All I said was guest. I never mentioned anybody, and that was for a short period of time. Most of the conversation was really about us as a YouTube community and how we have to put ourselves in other people's shoes. Now, when I'm speaking of this guest, you can go back. I don't get rid of any of my shows. You can go back to every single show. I appreciated their Every single time, every single show, I appreciated their support. I appreciated the conversation. I appreciated the company. I appreciated everything. Even that night, or those nights that I got the emails about, even those nights, because I'm not one to say who's wrong or right. I said that Saturday. That's not me. That's not how I live my life. I wouldn't want somebody to do that as well. We talk about true crime. True crime is painful. It's a painful topic. I understand that going in. But when certain things are said beyond the topic of true crime, and then I get emails regarding those, that's what makes me say what I had to say Saturday night. I never asked this person to leave the show. I never asked this person to leave the chat. I never asked this person not to come back. I never asked this person to do anything different than the day before, or the day before, or the day before. In fact, I didn't even feel that I needed to reach out, because I didn't say words. The words that I said are how I feel, and you'll be able to hear how I feel. So I hope this is a quick little 10-15 minute thing, so whoever is confused, whether you're in here with me and you're just chilling back, or you're going to watch this on the replay, because this is really the last time that I'm going to talk about it, because I have a show to get to. So I want to say that I always appreciated this person. I always expressed it, never said anything different. I've never heard anything different, nor have I even been reached out to since. So I didn't feel I needed to do the reaching out, because I'm doing a show. I didn't do anything. All I did was speak to YouTube, us as a community, and that's it. Now, I don't know why people are messaging me the last few days asking me what's going on and why there's confusion and what, and all this stuff. I've been doing me the whole time since I started. So that's not up for me to answer. But if people are confused as to why I had the speech to YouTube, I thought I was pretty clear Saturday too, Jen K. Because it wasn't about it was about us as a community. It was a message to YouTube, neighbors, everyday life. We don't know what's going on in other people's lives. We have to be conscious with that. And if we have a higher platform, we also have to be doubly conscious of that. And yes, we're talking about true crime. And it's painful. But when things go out of true crime, I understand that pain, and I also have to understand where they're coming from. In Kelt, I don't know why they left. You would have to ask them. Because I started my show Saturday. I started talking to YouTube. This person acknowledged that it was probably about the comment that they had made before. And then they said they would back out. I never asked them to back out. I never said don't show up to the show again. I never said don't come on again. I never said don't come hang out. I never said don't come up on the panel again. I never said anything. And no, I don't think that person is a bad person. Because if I would have thought that, I wouldn't have kept having them on the show. You know what I'm saying? Because I tried to promote a safe place and a peaceful place and a positive place. Right. We all have filter issues. But at the same time, if you understand that about yourself, right, Kelt, then you're not going to put yourself in a position where that could be compromised, correct? So This is what I want to clear up, because my streams are like 3 or 4 hours, and I was thinking about this the other day. And when I was talking to people Saturday night to YouTube, and I was talking about those specific things that I got emails about, I just said for people, you know what? Go ahead and go back, and you'll, if you guys are curious. Well, I've had so many messages about confusion about what even it came from. And so then I started thinking, why am I asking people to go through 3 or 4 hours of a show to hear 3 or 4 words? Now, I'm not going to play the audio. I'm not even going to be like that. But I want to clear up this confusion, and I want this to be the last night that I ever have to discuss this again. And so what I'm going to do is, so people understand why I got the emails that I got, and why I was putting myself in a position of their shoes, reading their stories, and what made me feel I needed to speak to YouTube and us and everybody as a community. Because that's what it was about Saturday night. So, I already went through what I didn't ask. I already went through the appreciation level. And you can check the tape. I got plenty of shows behind this one that will prove what I'm saying is 100% correct, and I'm coming from a place of peace, positive, and respect. But I'm not going to continue to get messages of confusion when I didn't do anything. I'm not going to continue to get questions of what the fuck happened when I didn't do anything. So here. So for everybody that's in here or in chat or replay, what you can do, and these are the two. First, I want you to go hear what this is Saturday night. If you haven't heard my talk to YouTube as a community and all of us on where we need to be coming from with this platform, then the first 54 minutes, if you have the time, whether you're driving to work, whether you're at the gym, whether you're doing laundry, whether you're doing dishes, whatever, whenever you have the time, listen to the whole 54 minutes. And I know sometimes I repeat things a couple times. Just please listen to the first 54 minutes of my message to the community, to YouTube, and where we need to be coming from. There's that video. Okay? Now, when it comes to the emails that I got Saturday afternoon before my show, and why I started my show the way I did Saturday night, if you go to this timestamp on this video, that's one of the reasons why I got the emails that I got. Summer Wells. And if you go to this timestamp on this video, I also got emails about this. Prostitution. That's all I'm going to say. So you can listen to those, and then you can listen to my 54-minute speech to YouTube as a community about us being on this platform, which those emails that I got from those words, from those timestamps, is why I said what I said Saturday night. And again, I didn't ask anybody to leave. I didn't ask anybody not to show up. I didn't ask anybody not to join. I didn't ask anybody nothing. I didn't even send out an email because I didn't feel I had to, nor have I got one. I did send out an invite a few hours ago to come on the show if they would like, to go ahead and discuss the topic if they felt they would, because I felt that's only fair. Now, I get people are busy. I understand this is a time that my guests would usually be on my show, so I didn't think that it would be anything out of the ordinary to offer that invite, even though I don't know why I'm offering the invite, because I never took one away in the first place. So to everybody that's confused, and the people that want to message me the last couple days asking me what's going on, when you're the wrong person to ask. But what I can provide is the timestamps and the videos of why I got the emails that I did, and I can provide the reason why I gave my speech to YouTube and all of us as a community. And that's the last time that I'm going to speak on it. Now, I understand to ask somebody to go through 3 or 4 hours of one video and 3 or 4 hours of another one just to hear a couple words, I shouldn't expect that of anybody. There's your timestamps. So if we got 9 people in here. If there's anybody that would like to say something regarding this, please do. If anybody's confused about anything, please do. If you're confused when you're watching this replay, send me an email. But the timestamps are there. My speech to YouTube is there, which is the only thing that took place. And you can see. And that's totally fine, Carly. I had people leave the stream, Carly. I'm sorry you didn't see the stream Saturday night when I was talking about what took place and the emails that I was getting and over the words, because it wasn't about true crime. Now, we talk about true crime. People are in the chat because they want to talk about true crime. But when things go beyond true crime, then that's when people send emails to me. And that's when I have to put myself in their shoes and read their stories and go, dang, if this was my sister or my mom, then that's when I said, you know what, I feel why they're upset. And that's why I felt that I needed to talk to YouTube Saturday. I didn't talk to anybody specifically. I talked to YouTube. Right. We talk about true crime, true life, all that stuff. So if you don't think saying a kid's ugly, that's been missing when we're talking about true crime, then you feel that way. But I'm sorry, if I'm reading these people's stories and they're saying what happened to their loved one, and if somebody said that there could be possible links to prostitution, even though there's nothing out there of the sorts and being reported, and somebody said that about my sister or my mom, that's what I thought about Saturday night. I put my own family members in their position because I had to put myself in their shoes. So I'm going to look back at it and go, okay, yeah, we're talking about true crime, but then when you start talking, because are we okay with body shaming? Are we okay with body shaming? Are we okay with talking about somebody's looks? I mean, if you're cool with that conversation, I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But when I put my family in those shoes, and I go, damn, if I had a niece that was missing and we're talking true crime, yeah, let's get to the facts. and then all of a sudden somebody wants to say, oh, well, she's an ugly kid. I'm sorry, that's going to hurt me. So that's why I felt their hurt. That's why I felt where they were coming from, because I had to put myself in their shoes. And if somebody's going to say that my daughter's fucking ugly when I'm just sitting on a stream talking about another person's daughter that's missing and say my daughter's missing too, it doesn't matter what their fucking looks look like when it comes to true crime. And I certainly wouldn't want anybody to say that my mom or my sister or my daughters are prostitutes or could have possible links to prostitution if they had nothing of any sort. I would be upset with that too. And like I said Saturday night, it's one thing if you want to talk to a coworker. It's one thing if you want to talk to your own head. It's one thing if you want to talk to your friend. But when we're like I said Saturday, when we're talking on YouTube, where this voice can reach so many more people, we have to be aware. Please take the 54 minutes sometime. Go to my video on Saturday night. It's right from the get-go. You'll hear what I'm saying. Now, if that upsets anybody, me feeling this way about if my sister or daughter or mom or brother or dad or anybody, if me saying that I understand where they're coming from is wrong, then we're not agreeing. And this won't be the safe place or the comfy place or the peace and positive place for you. Because I do care. Because I am conscious. And because my name is on this screen. My name is on this channel. I know Chad has said it before. Regardless of how I feel or what my viewpoints are, I am also responsible for the words and viewpoints of others, regardless if I have my banner or not. None of this is directed towards anybody. Again, listen to my 54-minute opening on Saturday night. This is to YouTube. We have to be responsible individuals when we are up here. If you want to be a comedian, there's a comedian channel. If you want to talk true crime, there's true crime channels. If you want to talk beauty, there's beauty channels. But I don't understand if you're against body shaming, isn't saying somebody's ugly part of that? So then that would be you're okay with body shaming. Because I thought looks was part of the body. We should lift people up. Exactly. And I've lost a few viewers, and that's fine. Because I guess we're not going to agree in the future. And if that means that I don't talk true crime with people that are cool with saying somebody's ugly and people that are cool with claiming shit that disrespects any female in this world when there's no information whatsoever to even suggest that, just prior cases, that's wrong. You know, I figured I would have got an email about that from somebody instead of all these other emails that I've got since. We just have to understand that we are on a platform, and we have to be aware that our words reach more people than just the couple people that are sitting in here. Like I said Saturday night, these videos will be on YouTube. These videos will be on YouTube until YouTube doesn't exist. You can't count the number of people that are going to be able to hear these words, is what I'm saying. It's one thing if you say it to somebody in your living room. It's one thing if you say it to somebody at work. It's a different thing. But these words that we speak on these YouTube channels reach people that we don't even know. Reach people that we don't even know who watched. And we have to be conscious of that. And I'm sorry, I've never said this before in my channel, and I hope to never say it again. But if you're cool with saying you don't see anything wrong with comments about somebody's looks, and you don't see anything wrong with comments about personal activities that degrade somebody's character without any kind of it's one thing if there's information about it. That's one thing, because this is true crime. But it's a complete other avenue when there's nothing there to even suggest degrading that person's character. So if you're cool, I don't want you in here. And I hate being like that. But like I've said this whole time, I'm breathing oxygen, baby. I ain't breathing carbon dioxide. And if that is what I consider carbon dioxide, those views, and you're cool with it, you don't see nothing wrong with it, then we're not breathing the same air. And I'm trying to have peace and positivity, because that's what I'm about. And if that means that I have to say these things on a Saturday night and on a night like tonight to be about that peace and positivity, not with just one person, because if it was, then wouldn't different words be spoke? No, it's about the whole world. The whole fucking world. That's where the peace and positivity comes from. And you can't have peace and positivity with those things being said or agreeing with those things. It's not going to happen. They're hateful topics. Sorry it took longer than expected. I guess that's just who the fuck I am. But this is the last frickin' time that I'm talking about it. There should be no reason for confusion whatsoever. You got the timestamps, you got the videos. Go listen for yourself. If you're cool, don't come back in here. Thank you, Jen. It just drives me nuts, because it's like, how can anybody... I'm sorry. I just put my own family in those positions, and and this whole time I've been feeling the pain, thinking about my sister or my mom or my daughter or somebody having that shit associated. That's how upset it makes me. But if anything, go listen to what I said Saturday night, the first 54 minutes. That's where the fuck I come from. Now, we can actually get to some shit. Alright. Sorry about that. But it just needed to be done, and this just needs to be not talked about ever again. I'm tired of the confusion. There's no reason for it. I'm not the one that anybody needs to ask shit. Period. You can hear what I had to say after shit was said. You can hear where I'm coming from. You can hear how I feel. If you want to know. It's all there. I leave my shit up. Check the fucking tape. Alright, now I heard there was a press conference, right? Let me get into my screen share. Alright. Wasn't there like a press conference going on or something? You've addressed it. It is what it is. Like I said, we're breathing different oxygen, and if that's the case, we're breathing different oxygen. I've said it from the beginning of my shows. I'm about breathing oxygen because that's the only way your atmosphere can survive. It's the only way What happens if you have too much carbon dioxide in your atmosphere? Your atmosphere goes away, doesn't it? So, hey, I'm not losing my atmosphere. And honestly, if we don't agree on something that's as simple as those two topics, then we're never gonna agree anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mind. Because I don't do this show for that. I do this show for peace, positivity, respectfulness, atmosphere. It's not about how many, it's about who. You can have 50 million fucking friends, but it don't mean shit if none of them are true. It ain't about how many, it's about who. Alright, let me see here. Did you send me in the email, Jen? And sorry, I missed chat. All right, Kel, I wanted to respond to something you wrote here. The odds of offending somebody goes up with the group size. I totally understand that. We talk true crime, true life stories, cryptids, and we joke. And totally, man. But there's one thing when it comes to true crime, okay? And this has been, whether it's any of my theories, any of my thoughts, any of these things. I never brought up anything that either wasn't part of information that didn't have some sort of validity to it, that, you know, I could have easily said a whole bunch of shit about Delphi. But there's certain things that it goes beyond true crime. And that's the stuff I'm talking about. It's the stuff that is beyond true crime. I played some of this shit for my coworkers today, moms, and their response to me was, why is it even being said? I don't know. Because I wanted to reach out to a lot of different people and ask them, you know, am I coming from a bad spot here? Because I'm not 100% right all the time. I'm not, you know, I'm not Mr. Know-It-All. I reach out to people that have difference of opinions and similar opinions. Thank you, Kid Kitty. Somebody could joke, you could throw some people. You're not joking when you're talking about those things and they go beyond true crime. It's not a joke. That's why I got the emails that I got. Because they weren't jokes. It was personal things that really didn't even need to be said. Actually, I said it. And it was. That's why I totally backed away from it during the show. But I didn't know. I mean, and I still ended it like, hey man, had a good night, you know, this and that. I didn't understand the kind of stories that I was going to be told the next day, and when I put myself and my family in those positions, and then I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, it was pretty wrong. But I didn't single anybody out. I talked to us as a community on Saturday. Even myself. Yeah, that's what tonight is. It's moving forward. And we should never want to say anything that could hurt anybody, Jen. Totally true. And we not need to be derogatory. That's correct. Great, I can't. You're funny, Justice. Kitty 100. No, you didn't say anything, Kelt. You've been fine. It's like this. What you guys conversate in chat, you know what I'm saying? Like your guys' crazy conversations in chat and stuff. That's not on the show. Am I putting it? May be in the chat replay, right? Do I show those comments on the screen? No, I let you guys talk about whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat. Now, I'm going to throw a lot of the comments up there just so everybody's involved, but I'm not going to put your certain things up there. I'm just not going to put up there. You know what I'm saying, Kelt? And I don't. But I laughed at you guys when you guys were talking about crazy shit in chat. I think it's funny. But I understand what's on the screen. I understand the voice that comes through to you guys, and I understand what's being shown. Right? The chat is your guys' bubble. This right here, the screen, the chat box, that's its own bubble. That's the difference. So no, you never said anything, Coat. And don't ever worry about that. Because you guys can have whatever conversations you want in chat. It's funny to me, the way you guys joke around. And I'm not stressing about it. It's just like, what the hell? I said something Saturday. Why am I getting emails from people the last couple days asking me what's going on when it's frickin' right there? And so after 2 days, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and start the show. And here you go. And then the rest of any of the other questions you want to know, I'm not the fucking one. So I'm done with this shit. I'm done with my part. You've addressed it. Yeah, if it is what it is. Okay, you sent me the link. What's up, Dre? How you doing, buddy? Let me know. Sent multiple links. I dig where you're coming from, dude. It was quite the whole... It is, man, and I understand that. That's what I told my coworker today. I was like, dude, it's another fucking learning experience this weekend. For real. And I get that. Like, I know that. I know that I'm, that I'm starting to learn how to ride this. I get it. But I'm sorry. I'm a man of principle. I'm a man of respect. I'm a man of peace. I'm a man of positive. And so I'm going to say things like I said Saturday night to all of us as a community, because it's about respect. It's about perspective. It's not my job. I didn't say phrases. I didn't say words. I didn't even ask anybody to leave. It's not my job to say or answer to shit, because I ain't done nothing. What I did do was give you my responses on Thursday. I gave you my responses on Friday to those things. And then I also said what I said Saturday. That's what I did do. What I did do is take into account the stories that were being told to me in these emails on Saturdays. What I did take into account is putting my family in those positions. That's what I did do. And what I also did was send out invitations. What I also did was offer the information. Yeah, I heard they found... Thank you for that, Jen. I heard they found remains that were... that were human, but I didn't hear that they were necessarily his. I'm sorry, Dre. I just call everybody a dude. I'm sorry. Don't take it. What do you want? And arrested his mom. Yeah, I heard she got arrested, but I heard that it was just it came back as human, but I didn't hear anything that it came back as actually his DNA. So is there... So this is her mugshot. Have reason to believe. When was this? An hour ago? Four hours ago? Okay. Hold on a second. 4 hours ago? Has it really been that long? Because I thought this shit just came out since... Oh yeah, I've been home for like 3 hours, almost 4. Okay, never mind. Alright, let me... Are they all... Let me see. Found unfit. Oh, no way. She's found unfit and admitted into a mental institution? Sarah... Wow. All right. Let me go to this press conference here. Thank you for the link, Jen. I appreciate it. I know you're not feeling good, so I really appreciate you looking up this information. Thank you so much. All right, let's go to this press conference. Instead of 54, it was only 46. I'm done with it after tonight.
Jeff Hadley, I'm the Chief of Police for the Chatham County Police Department. I'm accompanied this evening by Will Clark with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This afternoon, Chatham County Police Department detectives arrested 22-year-old Leilani Simon and charged her with malice murder, concealing the death of another person, false reporting, and making false statements.
Make sure you like the video too, please. I'm just glad that they finally charged her. You know, seriously, like, I'm sure they, because you only have so much time. What's up, Phantom? How you doing? I'm sure they have only so much time, you know, so they gotta have some really good really good evidence to, or some kind of, you know, enough remains or something where they are able to actually charge her right now instead of having to wait more. You know what I mean? They got to have something pretty big.
In connection with the disappearance and death of her son, 20-month-old Quentin Simon. Leilani Simon
I
is being
know.
held at the
It
Chatham
makes
County
you wonder,
Detention
doesn't
Center
it,
and is
Jen?
awaiting a bond hearing. We do not anticipate any other
Nice to
arrests
see you,
in this
buddy.
case. She has been the sole suspect from the beginning. On Friday, our search teams at the waste management landfill found what they believed were human remains. This afternoon, the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia, confirmed that they are, in fact, human remains. Additional testing, including a DNA analysis, is being conducted, and we have every reason to believe that this will confirm the remains are Quentin's. This is a heartbreaking development for everyone who loved Quentin, for the many people who came to know him after his disappearance, and for our department. When we first received the call that Quentin was missing, we were hopeful that we would find him alive and unharmed. But as we have been telling you for weeks, all of our evidence pointed to his mother being responsible for his death and disappearance, and his remains being found in the landfill. I would like to thank the many people and agencies who worked hard to ensure that Quentin was found, that he would have a proper resting place, and that justice would be served. First and foremost, I want to thank the FBI. We are incredibly grateful for their invaluable assistance. Their expertise, their manpower, resources, and guidance are unmatched and were crucial in our efforts to find Quentin. They were on the scene within 3 hours of Quentin being reported missing and have assisted with every aspect of this investigation. The resources they poured into the landfill search are extraordinary and are the reason that we were able to find Quentin. I can't thank them enough. Chatham County Police Department's Criminal Investigation Division also deserves special recognition. Their devotion to Quentin, to making sure this crime did not go unsolved, is an example of police work. Our detectives worked tirelessly and were determined to follow every lead and uncover every piece of evidence in this case. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Chatham County Sheriff's Office, and Department of Natural Resources all had officers searching the landfill alongside our officers in the FBI.
Dre, weren't you on Twitch? Did you come over from Twitch?
The support of the Chatham County Emergency Management Agency, Chatham Emergency Services, Chatham Occupational Safety and Health, Savannah Police, and Savannah Fire also were invaluable in this massive effort. Finally, I would like to thank the many people who showed their support for our department during this incredible.
Hopefully she's in there for a very, very long time after doing all that crap, you know?
And waited patiently for evidence we needed to make sure Quentin has every opportunity to receive the justice he deserves. At this point, I'd like to turn it over to Will Clark, who has some comments from the FBI.
Good evening. My name is Will Clark. I'm the Senior Supervisory Resident Agent of the Savannah and Brunswick offices of the FBI. 1 month ago, we began this landfill search alongside Chatham County Police Department with one purpose in mind, and that was to find Quentin and to bring him home. On Friday, search crews from the FBI and Chatham County found what we preliminarily believe are partial remains from a human child. Those bones were immediately sent to our lab in Quantico, Virginia. Additional testing for potential confirmation is now underway. It could be days before we have final results. What happened to this 20-month-old child is unthinkable. No child should be harmed by anyone, let alone the person in their lives that should be their protector. This investigation does not end here. There is more work to do. The FBI, along with our law enforcement partners, will continue to find justice for Quentin. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll appreciate that. We'll try to answer some questions that you may have. Just be mindful that there's many we may not be able to answer, but we'll be willing to take some questions at this time.
Is that you guys found bones in the landfill? Is that
We found human remains. Yes, ma'am.
Chief, do you believe the point that Quentin was put in that dumpster? Do you believe that he was alive then or had died before he was?
Sucks when they don't have closed caption.
Could you? I didn't hear the first part. I'm
Do you
sorry.
believe that Quentin Simon was alive when he was in the landfill? Do you believe he died before he was put in that dumpster?
I can't answer that question.
You've charged Leilani with murder. Can you speak on whether you think it was accidental or intentional?
I can't speak to that.
Can you talk a little bit about what evidence you all confirmed or learned on Friday that you all go ahead and make that arrest specifically for today versus earlier on?
Well, as we had said from the beginning with the landfill, we had every belief that Quentin was there in the landfill. Having found what we found on Friday and the preliminary findings from the FBI that we got today led us to make an arrest today. We feel that we have a very strong case. We have put thousands of hours into this, and we believed that this was the right move today to be able to do that. She doesn't deserve a Thanksgiving, quite frankly, if I can go off script a little bit. Quentin deserves that.
You said that you didn't believe any other arrests would be made. Are you guys looking into EvilleCJ at all?
We are not.
And so you just to confirm and clarify that you all were looking to find some sort of remains from the bodies to go ahead and move forward with the arrest.
That's correct.
Chief, would the charge have been the same in this case had you not made that discovery on Friday? Say the case had continued. The search found nothing in the landfill. Would you still have been able to make a case for Quentin to have justice, or how significant was this find?
Well, it was very significant, obviously, for obvious reasons. We do believe we had a strong case otherwise, but that would have been in counsel with the Chatham County District Attorney's Office, but we believe we had a strong case otherwise.
You've certainly been very personal about this, and you said at that landfill that day with the picture behind you, you said, we want to make sure we bring Quentin home and we give him a final place of rest. You wanted him to be able to make sure he wasn't in that dump. On Friday, how personal was that find for you?
Well, it was very personal, quite frankly. I mean, there's a lot of aspects to that. I mean, knowing the hard work that went into this investigation, everybody, not just Chatham County Police Department, but everybody that chipped in, the FBI, GBI, DNR, Chatham County Sheriff's Office, the civilians, you name it, from A to Z, we were 100% committed to bringing justice for Quentin.
Yeah, Kel, it's like that one mom that drowned all her babies, you know, it's just, who knows?
And to appreciate the amount of human effort, the amount of human emotion that goes into it.
I'm so glad they charged her finally, though.
Appreciate, hopefully, that this comes to a conclusion in terms of a conviction and things of that nature. You know, you have a lot of emotions about that. You also have a lot of emotions as just a general human being, as a person who has children. You see the impact that has on people. So if you step back and take a moment to kind of absorb that, I think that.
Oh, that's cool, Kid Kitty.
If you didn't have any feelings about that, you might have to ask yourself a few questions.
Tell her thank you.
Evidence collected outside of the search in the landfill, the remains you guys found on Friday. Was there any evidence you guys found in the searches you guys did of the pool?
So glad they charged her.
Also led to the arrest?
I can't answer that.
Has Leilani's status as a flight risk changed?
There's no closed caption. I can't even hear what they're asking.
Chief, you say this is preliminary. You would assume there isn't other
In this case, from the
until you get it fully covered.
That's what I heard too. Like her mom in the very beginning said something about you do stupid shit when you fucked up or something to the boyfriend, or not the boyfriend, but the Quentin's dad. That voicemail that he released like a few weeks after he recorded it or something. But did she ever get a lie detector? I'm not sure if she did or not. Does anybody know if she did? Or if it just came back inconclusive or something? Because I always thought it was weird how she always kept saying the FBI told her she must have blacked it out. Just always thought that was odd.
100% confirm that these are great ratings. What makes you confident to make the arrest today?
I can't get into the high level of detail, but just on some of the preliminary information that we got from the FBI, we have a high level of confidence that those are Quentin's remains. And we felt that we needed to make the arrest today because that was the right thing to do.
There's a
When you
lot
say
of pressure
human
in real fast.
remains, what kind of remains are we talking when you say human remains? Any more specific details about?
No, ma'am. Go ahead, bro.
Chief, this case has been.
Oh, she didn't have
There's been a lot of pressure.
a lie detector, huh?
Your name out of the mouth.
Interesting. That's weird. Because she wasn't. Huh, that's weird.
And knowing that you have this key piece of evidence that you just said, what kind of message do you send to the community? The people, that had your back that said, yes, we're going to wait on the police to do this. And then to the people who said, this arrest should have happened on the days.
Well, I didn't honestly feel a lot of pressure, quite frankly, only because I believed in our investigative process, the expertise that we were seeking. Having a little bit of.
Her name starts with C. Is that who you're talking about, Jen? I watched that show for a couple times, and then after all that, I was like, "Wow, this is too much freaking toxic."
Experience, in this profession, I understand.
It's too much toxic.
I understood people's perspective. I understood
that's
that,
who you're
some
talking
people
about.
had their own strong feelings about when an arrest should be made and things that were going on, but we stayed focused.
Yeah.
And what we know how to do.
I was like, whoa. I mean, the first couple, the first couple that I saw, I didn't think, wasn't nothing but just regular shit. And then the next one, I was like, whoa, this is a different kind of freaking.
And so
this is a different level right here.
Folks that supported us, to the citizens that believed in us and believed in our department.
I'll go back to my calm.
I thank you. And
my calm area.
That had questions, that's your right to do so. This is America. You can have all the opinions you want, but I'm just so proud of our team and where we're at today.
Oh, that guy really cares. Look at him.
Sure there is. I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say that there was, some weight lifted off of the organization and particularly those detectives and investigators.
Yeah, but it's probably really entertaining for you. All right, let's go to this third link I got here. Let's see. I don't know if this is from another. Oh, I got you.
What's up? It's Shogun here, and forgive.
Oh, I'm sorry, but let's see here. Extradite. Oh, yeah, but here's the thing with Miss Robinson. The FBI, even though they're going to be able to extradite the friends, here, I'll pull this up real quick. Even though they're going to be able to extradite the friends, they already said that the FBI is able to be involved, but only at the
What's up, a cinema show?
Only at the Mexican officials' permission, invitation is what they said. So basically, the Mexican officials can easily just go, "Hey, we're ruling it like we ruled it before." Because the only way the FBI can be involved is if they invite them in, and they could easily say, "No, we're just going to do this on our own." So that's the unfortunate part of and then they're saying that Sarah Wandra is mentally unfit, admitted into institution. All right, let's see here. And then watch on YouTube. So is that the one that we watched already? I think it is. Yeah, I think that. So we did watch that one. All right. I'm going to go to my subscriptions and see what we got that's new here. Double check all these other ones first, see if anything else came out since we've been on here. Let's see what we know. Let's see here. Let's check this one out real quick.
The killer who viciously murdered four.
And you say, no, I had to quit watching all those. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's entertaining, you know, it's like watching Springer or something.
College students in Idaho is still on the loose. Here's what we know so far. The killer attacked sometime between 3 and 4 in the morning. They stabbed the students to death with a Rambo-style knife while they slept in their beds. However, some of the victims had defensive wounds. There was
Hold on, so that's
while they slept in their.
That's the style? Okay, so I take that back because I was saying he must have gotten his injuries from when his hand slid off the knife. But to me, that looks like... I mean, but if there's a lot of blood, though, maybe they did slip off. I don't know. That's an interesting... Yeah, I heard that's the knife that was used. I thought it was a lot bigger. I thought it was a lot, like, taller. The way that they described it, but that's what they're saying it is, though. Yeah, K-bar.
In their beds. However, some of the victims had defensive wounds. There was no sign of sexual assault and no signs of forced entry into the home. Nothing was stolen. Police say it was a targeted attack. And while the 4 students were slaughtered, 2 other roommates were in the house and weren't harmed. Police have ruled them out as suspects. They slept through the attacks, and one of their phones was used to call police 8 hours later.
Okay, so they, according to reports, didn't come through here. They came up this way and then came up through that door. They made it sound like it was, yeah, they made it sound like it was, I was thinking it was like 3 inches thick or almost 4, you know, the way that, because I thought they were saying at first like machete style, and I'm thinking, damn, machete, that's a pretty large blade up and down. So they were just basically in this section of the house. Is that like an addition or something? It's just very oddly shaped. But I guess according to reports, they didn't come through here. They just came through this door right here. It's blocked off by trees all the way around here. This isn't, though. I wonder what... This is another house. I'm surprised there's no surveillance of this spot right here. But are all of these college houses up and down?
Police have not said made the call. The families of the victims say the killer was sloppy and left a mess of evidence. But investigators haven't revealed if they found DNA that could belong to the killer. Police have no suspects and no murder weapon. They ruled out a man who was caught on surveillance footage standing near them outside a food truck that same night.
By the way, yesterday's stream was, I know it was like 3 hours, but from the get-go, it was nothing but great information after great information after great information when it comes to this case. We covered this case for quite a while. We did a little bit of jumping around. But yesterday's stream, I gotta admit, yesterday's stream, a lot of information. Sounded like that whole area is college rentals, okay? And then you'd think there would be, you would think, I mean, especially this day and age, like That's the first thing they go to is the Ring cameras, because usually everybody has them anymore nowadays.
And the person who gave them a ride home that night also isn't a suspect. One of the victims, Kaylee, called her ex-boyfriend Jack 7 times, minutes before the murders. Police say they believe the ex
Wow, they're
has
putting
no
the picture
connection
out?
to the killings. And the victim's parents say there's not a chance he did it.
We love Jack. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a military knife, the K-bar. I just thought it was something bigger than what it was. The way they made it sound like it was a machete or something in the beginning.
We love Jack. We stand behind Jack one.
And, you know, like with this mom's response, all I can think of is love is blind sometimes. You got to be careful.
1,000%. Jack was Kaylee's boyfriend for many years. They just recently broke up. There was no animosity at all. It was a breakup on Kaylee's point. It was not, they still talk every single day. They're wasting their time.
Thanks for joining the chat,
and,
Cherry Cherry.
And Jack is just as distraught as we are. Jack is our family. Jack is 100%, 2,000% our family.
One potential lead is
It's just, I mean, I get where she's coming from, but you never know.
something that happened just a few weeks ago. 3 miles from the murder scene, a dog.
Oh, Kib Kitty, this is what you sent me. I'm sorry I didn't get back to respond. I was busy trying to prep for the show. Thank you for sending me the information about this.
Was found skinned from
The police ruled out multiple suspects, so they're only saying it was one person now?
top to bottom. The Australian Shepherd Buddy belonged to an elderly couple. They said when they found their dog's body, he only had fur on his face and paws.
Oh
And
my
part of his body
gosh.
was filleted like a fish.
Oh
As
my
if
gosh.
someone
See,
was
I didn't even get to see what you sent me. I just saw the title of what you sent me. Wow.
preparing to eat him. The couple has lived in Moscow, Idaho for 39 years. They've never locked their doors before until now.
What?
Everyone in the small town's on high alert, and the police
Not locking their doors? Wow, it must be really safe there. So this crime is like, huh.
department's overwhelmed. This is the first murder in 7 years, and the lack of experience may be why there's so few answers right now. The Daily Mail reports a garbage truck was allowed to haul away a dumpster from the scene
Thank you,
before
Jen.
it was searched for evidence. And local police have now called in the big guns. 20 state investigators, 15 troopers on patrol, a mobile crime scene team, 22 FBI investigators now on the ground, 20 more agents off-site. Sources tell Primetime the FBI might have deployed their behavioral analysis unit and evidence response team, which specializes in blood pattern analysis and other forensic disciplines. Police are also asking neighbors and businesses to look through their surveillance footage for clues, but that's a long shot.
Officer that came by her, he asked if we had any surveillance or if we knew about it. Sadly, was nothing.
Today, police expanded, taping off more of the area surrounding the house. Now, it's heavily wooded, major rivers running nearby. The killer could be anywhere. And now students from Idaho University are going home for Thanksgiving break. That leaves a lot less people for police to interview. And with a killer still out there,
That's
it's
interesting.
possible many students won't come back until they feel safe.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here.
Yeah, what was interesting, Kelt, yesterday is we watched the press conference in the beginning. I went ahead and had it on a delay out of respect. And the press conference, even though it said a lot in the press conference, the parents' interviews that we watched after that just was like so much information, like how, like the cuts, how deep the cuts would have been, you know, like she even brought up a good idea about like maybe their phone had Wi-Fi turned on, and as they're walking, it's connecting to all these other connections, and so you could track that, or or find out, digital information that way. But yeah, they said the parents themselves are the ones that said that it was a sloppy job and that there was evidence all over the place and that he probably needed stitches. And I was just like, whoa. All right, let's go to this next link that Jen sent me. Thank you very much. Oh. Rules out multiple Is there a video to it? Rules out multiple suspects in murder of... That's interesting. Following the press conference, last updated, and here's the timeline. Let's watch this.
Morning in Moscow. 1 week after 4 young students were stripped of the best years of their lives,
Whoops.
the search for a killer, the search for justice continues unabated. While we don't know anything about the killer or killers, we know much more about the victims. 4 college students in the prime of their lives. 4 families forever changed. The ripple of their lives lost, echoing across the communities in which they grew and thrived.
What's this video?
Just shaken by the known, rattled by the unknown, the growing questions we still have. As the sun sets on the 8th day without Ethan, Haley, Madison, and Xana, we remember who they were. We grieve for who they never got to be. The home on King Road, sitting vacant tonight, a reminder to the neighborhood of the tragedy that occurred there, the lives lost. Tonight, Moscow in mourning as investigators work to find the King Road killer.
Good evening. I'm Claire Graham.
Is this from today?
Tonight with a special edition of Nonstop Local. Our newscast tonight will focus exclusively on the murders of these 4 University of Idaho students.
Is this from today, Jen?
QR code in the bottom corner of your screen. It'll be there throughout our newscast. If you point your cell phone camera at it and then follow the link, it'll take you to our coverage of the murder.
A video that's attached to the story.
With links for you to help the families and instructions.
Yeah, I guess it is updated an hour ago.
So far, police say they've gotten more than 640 of them. And officers say they are vital in solving the murders of Xana Kernodle, Ethan Chapin, Madison Mogan, and
why are they showing such old pictures? Like, this dude has a beard, I thought.
And Guy Tannenbaum are in Moscow. Ava Wainhouse and Tana Kelly are also tracking new details for us. First, Moscow police did hold a press conference today, and we want to make sure we share this important information right off the
how neat. I can read and watch.
Police have now cleared both of the surviving roommates who were in the home when the killings happened.
Let's see.
Officers say the 911 call came from one of the
dog was not related.
But they won't say who actually made the call. When pressed on that, Police Chief James Fry said there were other friends who had come over by the time someone made the 911 call, but the killer was long gone.
Multiple people spoke with the 911
dumpsters near the scene of the crime, but they haven't.
Surviving roommates asked friends to come to the King Road residence because they believed one of the victims on the 2nd floor had passed out and was not waking up. So if they're that bloody and there's that blood all over, then why is it unconscious? I still don't understand that. Police received the 11:58 a.m. phone call requesting aid for an unconscious person. The call was made on one of the surviving roommate's cells, and multiple people spoke with the 911 dispatcher before police arrived and found the victims. What? Detectives do not believe any individual at the residence when police arrived is involved with this crime. Rumors and speculation continue circulating about the ongoing investigation. MPD cautions the public not to rely on rumors and remains committed to keeping the public informed. We urge reliance on official channels for accurate information. Exactly. Because that's the platform that we're on. We have to be conscious The Moscow Police Department held a press conference on Sunday to address developments in the investigation of 4 murdered University of Idaho students 1 week after the grisly scene was discovered. This incident has shaken our community. Let's see. So where does it say that they believe down here? Believe that, let's see here. Several persons of interest were investigated and have been cleared as suspects. They do not believe the man in the white hoodie in the food truck video, nor the driver who took Mogan and Goncalves home were involved. And he is also, so the boyfriend is not, or quote, ex-boyfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Who knows? So he's not a suspect either. The identity has not been released to the 911. Yeah, we know that. The 911 caller is not a suspect, but they said that there was multiple people talking to the 911 dispatcher. So why does it say caller and not callers? Fry also stated other people were at the residence on Sunday when police arrived at the scene. He stated it is unclear how many were there at the time. That's crazy. You don't know how many are there or were there. And I heard that their investigation's getting hampered because everybody's on Thanksgiving break. So a lot of the people that might have seen or witnessed or heard or have information are back with their families at home. So it's making it a little difficult for them. Nothing found in dumpsters. No suspect, no weapons. Bryce said there looked totality of the situation on whether it's still being considered targeted. While they're investigating any possibility, he stated at present they do not believe it was a targeted. They do still believe it was a targeted instance. And they're not able to say if any one person was the target, however. So, let's see, the best thing. Okay, that's just community stuff. Let's go back to this video. Kel, let me see. Would be interesting to see the call. I know. And I didn't know that multiple people had talked to the 911 dispatcher until this article. I thought it was just the one roommate that called 911. Now they first say it's a messy scene and then their friends think, yeah, you know what I mean, Kel? Like, it makes, like, there's a lot of, like with this case, it's like, okay, you get one bit of information, you're like, okay, it probably went this way. Then you get another piece of information that has to do with that other piece of information, and you go, wait a minute, this don't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I think I sent the wrong one. Yeah, I had one job, Jen. Kelt, the stories of roommates or people there make no sense. They don't. It just, you have a friend that calls other friends to come over because their one roommate won't wake up. But then but if it's supposed to be messy, then how would you not know? And why would you think your friend is just unconscious if there was that much blood and they were... And then why would you call your friends to come over? Where's that part of the article again here? It said that they called... Let me see. Okay, let's see. Where's that at? Oh, where is that at? Yeah, the call was made on one of the victims' surviving roommate cells, and multiple people spoke. Wait. Oh my gosh, where did I read that? Where did I read that? I thought it said that they had called friends to come over because their friend was unconscious. I don't know. Too much information. You know what I mean? They won't say who was murdered on what floors. Did floor 2 wake up due to... I know. They said yesterday at the press con... Where did I write that down? Because it was very interesting what they said. They said that they're not going to release that information because it's key to the events that took place. And where did I put the frickin' statements from the police? Yeah. It's key to the event, so that's why they're not letting us know that too much. Yeah, it's a lot. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you guys are doing good. It's still kind of chilly. All right, let me go back. To my subscriptions here. Let's see what we got. Because I thought there was something else that popped up here. We watched that one. Let's see here. Outgoing.
Surprising. Yeah, very surprising. We're a small town. It's Moscow, Idaho. And, our police force does a really good.
Let's see. Also, the one entrance door goes to floor 2 and 3. The other entrance door. Yeah, I paused it. It did like a pan view of the house, and I paused it. And does it seem to you like it's an addition? Like it's a totally weird shaped house. It almost looks like the second and third floor are like almost completely separated from the part of the house that has the front door that has the lower level. I mean, I'm sure the upstairs, like maybe the second floor is connected in some way, right? Like you got the bottom, which looks like it's separated in a way, and then you got maybe the top, the second floor is like a combined, and then the third floor is separate. Kind of how it looked to me. I saw an article earlier that showed the inside of the house, but I couldn't tell you where. Yeah, I actually went to Zillow a couple nights ago, and I was able to look at some of the pictures and stuff, and it looks like a very beautiful home. Like spacious as well. Like it's a pretty big home.
Good job for what they do, but frankly, this is a case that is way beyond anything that they've trained for.
I've heard there's all kinds of police on it and FBI involved, so.
So you think like, so do you think like, because they're kind of insulated from the ground with the walls and stuff, they might not have heard that much, and then maybe they came up the stairs to go to that second floor level, opened the door and just saw a foot and didn't want to continue to go upstairs, so that's maybe why they called their friends or guy friends to come over and see what, you know, Is that what you're thinking? Because it would definitely make sense now looking at the layout of that house right there. Well, Jen, if you saw the inside, did you see the article where it showed the inside? Is the bottom floor separated from the second and the third? Is it
I'm sure they'll catch the person eventually.
like a separate
I
section?
think a lot of the rumors flying around are because of that lack of communication. It just makes you pay attention a little bit more.
Police still don't have a suspect or a murder weapon in a quadruple homicide. Happened at the University of Idaho. People there, as you can hear, rightfully fearful that there's a murderer on the loose in their community. The killer stabbed 4 students to death a week ago at an off-campus house. Police say 2 other students were there inside the house when it happened, but didn't hear any commotion. We're now learning the survivors called friends to the house before calling 911. They thought one of the victims might have been passed out. Robert Sherman live in Moscow, right on.
Oh, Kib Kitty, I did want to say that I reached out to that YouTuber today that is talking about Delphi, that lady that you referred me to. I invited her to the show anytime she would like, and she's excited to join the show sometime. So that it's going to be cool. I get to have her on the show sometime.
On the border with Washington State, home of the University of Idaho, where this story just keeps getting odder.
It does, Leland, and here tonight.
Son of a bitch, I'm muted. I'm sitting here talking. My bad. Wow, thank you for saying that. Yeah, it is weird. You would think that there's like a wall as they're coming upstairs. You would think that maybe there's a wall on the left or the right or something, and maybe they just saw a foot and didn't see the rest of the crime that was in the other room. I don't know. I tried looking on Zillow a couple nights ago, and all I could see was a few pictures. But if somebody is able to get on Zillow and actually get like the floor plans and to get better pictures, I think we would be able to look at it in a different perspective. And I believe they are all in a sorority group, Kelt. And yeah, I think it is being reported that they called the friends first. And yeah, let me know what you're ordering there, because ordered food sounds good and grease sounds really good right now. And there are stairs from first to second floor. So is the basement separated from the rest of the house? Because it looked like that on the layout. It looked like maybe the back part that was elevated was an addition to the other part of the house, and then at the same time the third floor looked separate. Second floor looked like it could be combined, and then it almost looked like the bottom floor was separate. Kelp, but what about blood? Even if yeah, I know, it's just really. Thank you again, Justice, for letting me know. Frickin' mute. I do it on Xbox too. Let's see, JSD, yeah, it's an odd one. I mean, I'm envisioning of it. You know, that's what we were told. So it's like, how can they? You laughing at me, Phantom? It's like, how can they? The whole unconscious, call friends. I gotcha. We'll enjoy that. I'm thinking about cheeseburgers and French fries. All four were members of fraternities and sororities. Yeah, and I guess the bar that the girls went to is like a popular hangout for them.
There's this eerie quiet that is lingering over this normally bustling college town of about 25,000 people. This is a tight-knit community, and this is a town that hasn't seen a murder in 7 years, so a shock for a lot of the people here. And it's those unknowns that you pointed to earlier, Leland, which has so many people here on edge.
That sounds so good, Justice. Oh, gosh, so good.
But here's what we do know. The four victims here in this case are 20-year-old Ethan Chapin, 21-year-old Madison Mogan, 20-year-old Zaina Kernoble, and 21-year-old Kaylee Goncalves. Police say the four were likely stabbed to death in their sleep. Some of them had defense wounds all over their body. But you mentioned, Liam, there were two other roommates who were inside of their building that survived. One of them woke up, went to check on one of the victims, and called a friend, believing that victim had just passed out, then ultimately made the call to 911.
See, believing the friend had just... See, they had to have not seen the crime scene, maybe just the foot or something. Like, how could you...
Called a friend, believing that victim had just passed out, then ultimately made the call to 911. Officials are making clear that neither of those two roommates who survived...
Okay, and this is what doesn't make sense. If it was a party house and you saw somebody laying out on the floor, wouldn't you just think that they passed out on the floor because they were too drunk, and wouldn't you just keep walking upstairs? And if they weren't responding, wouldn't you try and go up to them and shake them and be like, hey, wake up?
Survived are persons of interest. They don't believe they're at all involved in what happened here. But right now, officials are begging for people in the public to come forward with new information, believing that's what it's going to take to solve this case. Take a listen. Do you need the public's help in order to bring this home at this point? More tips to come in and all of that? Is that going to be essential to this case?
Oh, most definitely. Somebody somewhere has information about this case.
Sent link, don't... What? Oh, I gotcha. Okay, so I don't have to watch the video. All right, we'll go to that link next. Thank you, Cherry. I appreciate that. And so doesn't this give us a hint maybe other bodies on third floor or second floor was in bed so it didn't look? We definitely need your detective hat on this one, Justice. We need your thinking skills.
Case. We have not hit a dead end. We continue forward with this case, and we will continue forward.
Police here have conducted over 700 interviews, received over 700 tips. They've conducted about 90 interviews. But at this point, Leland, no suspect, no murder weapon, no motive. Leland?
Yeah, and an entire university as well. Imagine what parents are thinking about their kids. All right, Robert, thank you. With us now, retired FBI agent Mary Ellen O'Toole. Nice to see you. They say, right, that the reason truth's stranger than fiction is because fiction has to make sense. Truth doesn't. But there's nothing in this that makes sense.
Well, it doesn't appear to make sense. I mean, this is a very unusual type of crime. I'll be honest with you. I have seen similar fact patterns before in cases when I was in the BAU. So I'm not
BAU, just for the rest of us?
Behavioral Analysis Unit. It's where the FBI profilers work.
Okay, so, but is it that we're not being told something by police? Because this is the same police department that said, oh, the public doesn't have to worry. And then a couple days later said, oh, no, maybe you need to worry that there's someone who just killed 4 people on the run.
Right. And in my opinion, when I first heard about this case, that whoever is responsible for this continues to be dangerous to other people. So that level of dangerousness does not go down, even though those victims were targeted according to what they said.
You think about this from 2 perspectives, right? One from the victim's perspective, I guess, one from the killer's perspective. Now that the FBI comes in and is taken over from the Moscow Police Department, who I'm sure are brave and nice folks, but quadruple homicides are not exactly their forte in investigating. What's changed about this investigation? What are they looking at?
Well, the FBI would not be taking over the case. This would still be a case that will ultimately be prosecuted by the.
You understand what I'm saying? It's the first homicide there in 7 years, so they've got. This is not their area of expertise.
They don't even lock the doors in that community, so I doubt they really deal with a lot of high crime, or murders.
Peace.
Well, that's when the FBI comes in. They're going to be providing a lot of resources for them to use.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com.
I really hope that doesn't hurt the case with what they just said right there. All right, let's go to the link from Cherry. I appreciate it. Let's see. Inside the off-campus house. There are 3 doors in the house near the university, 2 of which are accessible from the ground. Scroll down. Oh, wow. Let's see here. Yeah, see? 3rd floor is separate. 2nd floor. I wish there was a side view of this house, but that's okay. We saw it a little earlier. Let's see. Stairs lead to the 2nd floor where there are 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a living room, and a kitchen. There is also a sliding glass door attached to the kitchen, which is accessible from the ground because the house was built on a hill in the backyard. Furnace. This is the 1st floor. So these are the stairs that go upstairs. So the stairs are right here. So this is the 1st floor. The stairs go up here to the 2nd. And this is what I'm wondering, Justice. I'm wondering if the friends woke up. I bet you most of it took place over here and on the other side of the 2nd floor. If these guys didn't hear nothing, because they would have heard something right above them, but not necessarily back behind them, because they have all that ground insulating the walls. So really, it's gonna kind of soundproof it in a small way, if you know what I mean. And then you got the stairs going up right here, and then you walk in, and there's a wall here, and then there's a doorway. And what I'm wondering is if they came walking up the stairs, opened the door, looked through as they were opening the door, saw the foot, called out somebody's name, nobody responded. Then they probably just walked right back down the stairs, called their friends, hey guys, come over here real quick. So that's the 1st floor. Basically, it's just this area, furnace. Here's the door, and then you got the stairs going up there. That's basically all it is right here in this section here. More stairs. Okay, hold on. Stairs lead to the second floor. Okay. 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, living room, and kitchen. Sliding glass door. Now, does it show a picture of the stairs going from the second to the third floor? That's what's going to be interesting, because depending on where those stairs are, I think that's where the crimes probably took place around, were the third floor and the stairs going up to the third floor, which might be hiding the view from the other roommates that saw an unconscious person. So I could kind of see, but you would think, you know, if it's a party house, there's got to be people passed out on the living room floor or the floor upstairs all the time, right? So what would alarm you about seeing somebody passed out on the floor? What would alarm you is going to wake them up or going to walk by them, because if you're not trying to wake them up, you just walk around them. There's a third door attached to the third bedroom that leads to a balcony and is only accessible by going through the third bedroom. More stairs lead to the third floor, where there are 2 more bedrooms, a bathroom, and a hallway. There's about 20 feet of space between each bedroom. There's a third door attached to the third bedroom. Property manager says she frequently made scheduled visits to student renters at the company's properties near campus, and sometimes they don't hear her enter when they are wearing headphones. Wow, they just walk in? That'd be fucking creepy, man. You're sitting there listening to your music, doing homework and shit, and all of a sudden somebody just shows up. I saw they don't hear her most. Yeah. Yeah, and see, there's nothing underneath this, so I bet you the first floor is separated from, so it looks like only the second floor is what's combined. Third floor is separate, bottom floor is separate. There were no signs of forced entry. The house had a lock with a number code on the front door. Every time you go, you have to go around the house because the number code, so they either knew that or went around and maybe found the slider door open. Because I did hear that they did leave that open. Personally, I would be wearing earplugs to sleep with it in a party going on. Second floor, glass door entrance, earbuds in all the time. So they usually left that sliding door unlocked, Justice? Is that the door that the landlord would usually come in when they would, see him on with their headphones on? Yeah, look at that. There's the view. First floor separate. See, I'm thinking it all took place right in this area. So when the friends are coming upstairs, they open the door. There's a big hall. There's a big wall right there. And if all of that stuff took place right here, maybe they just saw a foot hanging out right here outside, just right outside the wall. And maybe that's why they called unconscious. It is a weird layout for a house, isn't it? It's almost like it's an addition. Because it looked like, or maybe it's a duplex that is combined into a one home or something now. It's just a really odd shape of a home. I've never even really seen one like that, really. Even if it was a duplex, usually it's all one, it's not 2 chunks together. Let's see what they say. I want a drone so bad. There's nothing really. It's just, yeah, that wasn't even really anything right there for a video. Thanks for the link, Cherry. I appreciate it. Kind of gives us a little more insight
Very
on
surprising. Yeah.
what we're looking at there. Let me see here. We got some new Twitter notifications from Alexandra Duggan, I'm sorry. So we'll go to her tab real quick and see what she's got. Oh, it's about this. Let's see here. What does this say? Well, how do I zoom in on it? Guess I can't. The Moscow Police Department is providing digital media. The FBI continued to assist Moscow PD and Idaho State Police on the quadruple homicide that occurred in Moscow. On the night of the incident, officers located a dog at the residence. The dog was unharmed and turned over to Animal Services and then released to his responsible party. Yeah, the dog wasn't barking, right? You are not getting mine, just saying. Getting your what? Did you send another email? I don't know what you mean, Cherry. Rumor control detectives are aware of a Latah County Sheriff's Office incident with a skin dog. Okay, that's not related. It's determined to be wildlife. Okay. What else does she have? It shows that one of the roommates called a friend because they believed then they called police. Let's see. Detectives are releasing that on the morning of November 13th, the surviving roommates summoned friends to the residence because they believed one of the second floor victims had passed out and was not waking up. Huh. That's just very odd. At 11:58 a.m., a 911 call requested aid for an unconscious person. The call originated from inside the residence on one of the surviving roommates' cell phones. Multiple people talked with the 911 dispatcher before a Moscow police officer arrived at the location. Officers entered the residence and found the 4 victims on the 2nd and 3rd floors. At this time, the investigation detectives do not believe any individual at the residence when 911 was called is involved in the crime. Yeah, because they probably all looked at their hands and they were like, okay, you're good. Because from what the mom said last night, they're going to be needing stitches because of how deep these cuts were and how messy it was. I am absolutely. We're following up on every story, and I will post her. Yes, you just need to let her be. Obviously, she's a reporter. She's going to come out with it as soon as it's breaking, and she's allowed to. Why are people bugging her? Wow. Turning notification. That's sad. That's sad. Leave her alone. Wow. Oh, okay. I thought you sent me another email. I thought I had one more. Let me check real quick. All right. Let me see. We got a student. Another link from Jen here. Let's check this one out. Thank you again for the link, Jen. Thank you again, Cherry, for that house view. That really helps when it comes to having a different perspective on this house and stuff. Inside Idaho Party House, where 4 students were stabbed to death in their beds, victims were stabbed multiple times with a long knife in a personal attack, with on-the-run killer believed to have slipped in through the sliding door. Let's see here. So is it the house down here? Oh, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful home? Wow. This is Idaho. I didn't know Idaho. It's got to be cold as shit up there right now, though. Oh, gosh. Ooh. Sliding door that one of the girls' fathers believed may have been used by the killer to gain access to the home in the early hours. So, what part of the house had the spaghetti sauce on the side of it? Was it this part? Does anybody know what part of the house had spaghetti sauce on it? On the side? I've driven through to get to, oh my gosh. Is it like really mountainy over there, Kelt? Along that? I sent you a drawing I found of layout. Okay. Oh, there's the stairs. Hold on here. It's unclear, but oh, so that's the door that goes out to the deck on the 3rd floor right here. So that goes out to the deck on the 3rd floor. Okay, now this is weird because if you're coming up the stairs, maybe they were right here. Maybe there was something right here, and that's when they stopped, when they opened the door. And let me see. I've heard that isn't really spaghetti. I didn't know what to call it, man. I didn't want to call it what it was. That's heating oil. I want a video tour. Somebody has to have it. Right. Exactly, Justice. We can't see. We went from Salt Lake City to West Yellowstone. It was hilly and very green. Then to the east, we could see the Grand Tetons. Oh, wow. I can't see drawing. Mine is frozen. Okay. Right there. So that is at the bottom right corner. What the heck? Because the sliding glass door is right here, I believe. This is the bottom right corner. So maybe it was right here. Because, man, maybe, and then maybe this is what kept. This is maybe what kept the blood from going downstairs. It's just a weird. What's this view? Oh, here we go. The 2nd floor of the house. We're asleep. Oh, I thought it was actually okay. That's just a really weird spot for. That's just a really weird spot. Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. I always like to check them out first, and then sometimes I forget I'm still in checkout mode. I have to check them out first. All right, so here's the door, right? Here's the sliding glass for the 3rd room. Okay. Here's the stairs going from the basement to the second floor, right? And this is what's weird. This is what's weird. So if, let me see. So this would be, no, this is on the complete opposite end of the house where this is at. Because this is at the bottom, like say if we're looking at the door with the keypad, this is at our bottom right. And then if we're still looking at the door with the keypad, this wall is on the opposite side of the house. Because when we're looking at the front of it, they said the stairs were on the left. So if we're looking at the keypad, stairs are on the left-hand side. So it's all the way on this side. And okay, that looks like the sliding glass door though. So how can, this is what I don't understand. If that's the sliding glass door going up the hill, sliding glass door, and if this is the floor, for the second floor, where's the rest? I don't understand. Is this? I don't understand this. How, okay, if this is a sliding glass door, if we're looking at the front of the house, it looked like the bottom floor was a regular size floor compared to the second, you know, from floor to ceiling. But when I'm looking at this picture, I don't understand. I'm not understanding something here because it doesn't look like that whole bottom floor is even, is it really that far? So hold on. So this must be just kind of blended in together and maybe it just drops down right here. Like completely drops down. Okay. So they had to be on the second floor by the sliding glass door. Not too far, because look, that ain't very far at all. Second floor by the sliding glass door. So that would be probably on the other side of this cabinet. Because this part's sticking out. You see it sticking out. Hold on a second. Let's go back to this other picture here. It's not very far from the corner there, but it is pretty far. Let me see here. So you got the kitchen coming in. What's located on the slanted part of that door? The stove. Stove. Dishwasher. So maybe it was right here. Whoa. So, and I imagine maybe that would be probably the first person that was taken out. I wonder what other pictures we got. Yeah, okay, see, there we go. Okay, what? This is not making sense. Where's the frickin' grass hill on the right side where the picture's taken? Is that picture flipped backwards? This is okay. I'm not understanding something here. Where the sliding glass doors over around up the hill, we were looking right here, so I would imagine there'd be some kind of hill, like, unless, hold on. No, Kel, and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought they said 2 were on the second and 2 were on the third. This isn't making sense. Where is this hill that's right up next to the house in this picture? Where's the hill? So maybe behind where the police car or police SUV is at is like that hill? Let's see, I don't really see nothing there. Oh, we need the floor plan for the second floor. And that's got to be where the like dishwasher. No, it's got to be farther back. What is this then? Isn't there like teriyaki chicken? Isn't there a drone camera video somewhere on YouTube that actually like goes around the whole property? Has like a drone view going around the whole property? I'm gonna have to see if I can find one, because and we need a under the sink, yeah. I mean, because if what the picture looks like, but it's weird though, because see, this is what I don't know. It's just, this is what's weird to me is like, okay, if that's the screen door, then that's a pretty short distance, right, to the front of the house. If this is the screen door, that's a pretty short distance to the front of the house. When you look at this picture over here, the front of the house and where the cops parked, it looks like there's a whole bunch of more distance between the hill and then the screen door, especially if you're looking at this from the side view. Where is that side view again? If I could find that side view of this side over here, we could definitely figure out. And yeah, there was, you know, being around the kitchen appliances and all that stuff, they have all those kind of holes drilled into the floor and drilled into the walls and stuff for all the tubing and piping and all that other stuff. So I could definitely see how it would be kind of going through the, you know, because water is always about traveling the path with least resistance. That's what I'm wondering, Justice. I heard there was like a drone camera video, but I don't know if it's actually like going around the house or if it's just something that was like hovering over it or something. But I feel like if we had like a really solid picture of the side of the house, we could figure out what this is. We could figure out what that angle is, because that is this angle's coming outward, but if you look at the angle of the kitchen, it's coming inward. See? This wall's coming in. It's going from here down this way. And the picture that we're looking at looks like it goes from here out that way. So that's another weird... That's why these two pictures are confusing me, because it's like, oh, wait a minute. What the hell is this right here then? Because it looks like it's a screen door, but the walls go in a different direction. And then you go from the screen door in the back, or the sliding door in the back, to the front of the property. You're looking at a side picture. It's like 2 humongous room lengths, not a couple bicycles length. Look back inside for sink. See how this angle of the wall is different though? It's not making... It's... Illusion because of the hill? Probably. I just feel we need like a... There was... I wish I knew... I wish I knew like where that side view of that house was. Let's see here. I bet you it was... I think it was on a News Nation video. Let me see if I can find that video again real quick. I think it was News Nation. Or maybe it was Fox News. Let me see. I've seen more pictures on other channels. Maybe it's on Zillow. Yeah, that's what I was saying. On Zillow, I got on Zillow. But all I could see was pictures of what, you know, the pictures that we got of this article right here. So let me see if I can see if we got it. There's a side view somewhere. There's a side view somewhere. Yeah, I tried maybe because I don't pay for Zillow or something. I don't know. I wasn't able to actually... I was able to get the floor plan, not the floor plan, but I was able to look at some of the pictures, but I wasn't able to see what a lot of other people were able to see. And I don't know if it's because I don't pay for it or what, but I'm not going to pay for that. All right, so it wasn't this video. Then it had to be this one, right? Here it is, right here. Okay. So, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I know where it's at. We were looking, the picture that was being taken, the camera started here and was going this direction. Here's that hill, right? So was there another door right over here? Yep, this is that picture. Here's the hill right here. I know, you know what I'm saying, Kelt? Like, it's really freaking weird shaped house. It's almost like 2 separate ones. Yeah, so that's where the picture's at. So then The drip, so if we get a floor plan of the second floor, the drip is coming from this corner of the second floor. So wherever this corner of the second floor is at, it's separated from this other section. So I'm assuming this is a bedroom. What do you guys think? I think this room right here would actually be a bedroom. Because this is where it happened, a few feet from the corner in this room right here is where that drip was taking effect. And maybe what was sticking out is one of those octagon-shaped windows, because those have that shape of coming out like that, and it had a window in it. So maybe it was just a window. It wasn't a door. It was just one of those like octagon stick out kind of windows. But right here is where that drip. No, unfortunately, it cuts off. See? There's the other side. See if they have any more shots of it. Second floor plan and a picture of that side of the house is what we need. Right here. I wonder if this whole section right here is a room. Stairs coming up. Maybe a door was open. That's why they said it was unconscious. Yeah, it's like it's in addition, because look, it doesn't even connect to this part. Like it's... just a weird shaped house. Give me 1 second here. Let's see what else we got. Let me see. I'll try and go to Zillow again. Let me try that. We'll try it again and see what's up. Okay, let's see. Do I just go to this? Let me check Alexander's real quick here too. Let's see here. Moscow, 1112. Okay, 1112 King Road. Okay, here we go. So those are the basement. Those are the stairs coming up from the basement. Wide open room, and this room over here is where we need second floor. I wish it told you. Okay, thank you, Cherry Cherry. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, see these pictures? It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Like the one that... So this must be the door coming up from the stairs, because that's the window in the kitchen, or that's the window where you saw the red Solo cups in the window. This is that window right here. And so that's the left side of the house if you're looking at it from the keypad door. This is the second floor left side window, the one that had the solo cup sitting in it. This must be the door that comes from the bottom floor. It's hard telling, like, it's hard telling what rooms these are in, some of them. All right, we'll stick to this, but I'm going to check. I'm going to check this link that Cherry sent. 1 second. Check what I just sent. It shows inside layout. Okay, hold on 1 second. All right, this is. Oh, I can't zoom on it. Can I save it? Let me save it. I'll just save it. I don't know if I can screen share it though, can I? If it's just a regular file. I'm new to that. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't click on it or zoom in on it. I'll have to All right, let me go to the next one. I'll have to go back into that one. See the kitchen curved where refrigerator, you rock. Yeah, she's got a lot of, both Cherry and her are coming in with some good info here. What's this? Some kind of link to the New York Post. Yeah, I appreciate your guys' help so much. Well, I'm busy kind of looking through this. You guys are looking for new stuff to help out with. I appreciate it. We're going to figure this shit out together. All right. Inside these frickin' pop-ups, man. Oh my gosh, come on. My gosh. Okay, this seemingly ordinary, I don't know whom has no. Is this the video? Is this the video you're talking about, Cherry? This is your link. You noob, I know. I know, man. I try to do my best, though.
It was a pretty large knife, so it's really hard to call them puncture wounds. And they were definitely stabbings. And I mean, it has.
Is this the video you're talking about, Cherry? Or is there another video on this? Let's see. Is that a bedroom door to right of refrigerator? I think it is. I think it is, Justice. You rock too. Skip video. Don't watch it. This one? I don't understand. Oh, here we go. No, that's what we already saw. There we go. Oh my gosh, Cherry, thank you. Look at that. Yes, that's exactly what it is right there. Can I click on it? Oh, we're saving this. That's it right there. That's it. There's the pipe. Okay. Yep. But where's the fucking wind? Wait, was that? Wait a minute. Oh, I can't move it? Okay, hold on a second. I thought it was gray brick. Wasn't it gray foundation? So maybe this isn't. It's gotta be, though. But I could have swore it was gray foundation. And this is like a tan or plywood or something. So it would have to be in this room right here if it was. What do you guys think? Do you think this is what we were looking at? Because to me it doesn't seem like it's the same shade of color. And maybe it was a different part of the house that it was coming down. Kelp. Kelp coming in with the facts. Leaking down. Okay, what, right here? This right here? Kelp. That would make sense because it is about that far of a distance from where the wall starts to come out. That would make sense right there. And it was only a short period of distance from here to there in the other picture. So yeah, you probably are right. This has got to be a bedroom right here. Let's see here. Kitchen pick right below that pick makes sense if you look at both. Kitchen pick. Oh my gosh, these pop-ups. Okay, that's the other side. So there's the doorway right there. And then here's the hallway. And then that room, what we were looking at, that room is right there. And maybe they came upstairs, walked around, looked down the hallway, saw what they thought was unconscious, and called it in. Let's see. I need to make a folder with all these pictures. Okay, that's just a bunch of comments. All right, let's go back. All right, give me 1 second here. We're gonna keep that up there. That's definitely a good picture right there. All right, let me check the other link here. Oh my gosh, I'm on mute again. I'm sorry, guys. Gosh. That's a big bedroom. That's a big bathroom. Thank you for the pictures. Wow. I wish I had like a button in front of me or something. Try and have radio etiquette, and then sometimes I forget I leave it on mute. I need something in front of me. Or something I can click. I don't know. I figured I don't know. Maybe she's resting from the doctor today. She might be resting. I don't know. Yeah, I was talking the whole time, Kel. Yeah, talking about this layout and stuff. I appreciate the pictures and I appreciate the links that you guys are sending to me tonight. Yeah. I thought I'd be completely better today, so I muted if I got a cough for a second or something, because it's all draining out, and then I just forget that I'm even on mute. I'm just trying not to cough in the mic here and there, just because it's draining out of me. So I apologize about that. But at least we got to look at some really cool pictures while I was on fucking mute talking a whole bunch. Alright, so we got another link here, and I'm gonna go back. So that's what it looks like. We got a bedroom right here, then there's some steps to go up to the other part of the second floor. Alright, let me go to this other link here. I'm not laughing. No, go ahead and laugh at me, because like seriously, who knows what I said, you know, that I didn't. I just go off the cuff, so it, you know, like I could have said a lot of good shit, and it's just like, oh well, I forgot. Let's see, universe. Let's see, what is this? I went ahead and made the layout of the house. Oh wow. Based on the crude sketch and the landlord gave on Fox News article and the pictures available on Zillow, the red numbers and arrows are matched to the same picture numbers on the Zillow listing. Oh, cool. Oh, that's it? Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool somebody did that. But you can't, they won't let you click on them. Yeah, that makes sense though. So they must have been in the bedroom, or one of them, or because I believe the didn't they say that? I know they're not reporting who was found upstairs in the third and who was found down, you know, in the second floor, but I thought I heard them saying something like the male and the female had the room upstairs. Just a random thought, JSD mentioned grabbing a knife after entering sliding glass door to kitchen. Is there a common kitchen knife with similar pattern to, you know, probably. Like they got them wooden blocks with all those different sizes of sizes of knives in them. That is a good question, Cherry. Wow. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, okay. That's what you sent to me in the. Okay, cool. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm wondering. That's a good question, Cherry. I'm wondering if, because I know I've seen them at the store where they got them big wooden blocks and they got like 10 freaking knives in them. all different sizes, different styles. It's a good question. Very good question. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through all these emails, save this stuff into their own folders. I just have to wait till the weekend to do that. I just never have enough time after I get home from work, and then trying to do home stuff and then get ready for the stream. So hopefully this weekend I can do that. I can start separating them all into different folders and stuff like I did my YouTube videos. All right, I'm gonna see. Just did a quick search. First 2 pages. Oh, sorry. What do you mean? Ooh. So she's found mentally unfit, so she did seem that way though when on her spot on her court appearance. Doesn't look like any more's coming out about that. Let me check through the older ones though, because I didn't have enough time to save all my new subscription videos. After I came home, I was dealing with some other stuff. The latest great adventure in TV news. Let me see here. I'm looking through pages of kitchen knives pictures. I wonder, does it show? I don't think. No, it doesn't show anything like that. Okay. I thought maybe they would have it furnished already or something, maybe. But no, I didn't see any knives or anything. Okay, so you're comparing kitchen knife. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. That's a very good question by Cherry. Wow. I'm so glad they charged. Oh, sorry. Leilani. Did you hear that, Cherry? They charged Quentin Simon's mom with murder, finally. They found human remains. Let's go check this out real quick.
The arrest of Quentin Simon's mother, Leilani Simon, and charging her with murder.
The Chatham County Police Department held a media conference less than an hour ago. Our Olivia Wild joins us now live from the Chatham County.
Let's see, it's not a terrible uncommon knife to carry in your vehicles, especially in mountain towns. My dad gave me one when I got my first truck, told me to keep it under the seat. Wow. What, that K-bar knife you're talking about? I mean, I'm sure anybody can just go to a military surplus store or even go on Amazon and get it, right?
Police Department on Olivia, what more can you tell us?
Shannon, good evening. Chief Hadley was visibly emotional while talking with us about the arrest of 22-year-old Leilani Simon, the mother of 20-month-old Quentin Simon, who went missing back in October. Most notably, they revealed they found remains in the landfill. The FBI could not specify if they were human remains. They did emphasize that. They are being sent to a testing lab in Virginia.
Okay, this is old because they did say that they were human remains, and this is 3 hours ago. That don't make sense because I thought that press conference came out after.
Human, and two, if the DNA on them do belong to Quentin. Now, when it comes to other people involved in this case, the chief said that Billy Joe, the grandmother, has been ruled out.
Yeah.
They do not plan on making any arrests.
That's a good question, though, Cherry. I never thought about if there's, when you think kitchen knives, I'm just thinking of what's in the drawer. I didn't even think that. It just didn't even enter into my head about one of those big blocks with all those different sizes. And honestly, I bet you are. There's got to be some that are similar. It's got to be.
When it comes to why they decided to arrest Leilani today, here's what he had to say.
We had every belief that Quentin was there in the landfill. Having found what we found on Friday and
And they were there for like what? Almost 2 months in the landfill, right? Like 2 months?
preliminary findings from the FBI that we got today led us to make an arrest today.
And because the remains that were found are not confirmed human, we did ask the chief if he plans to continue that landfill search. He said they have not made a decision either way. Greg, Shannon.
Well, Olivia, there are so many questions surrounding this case. Did the chief talk about a motive?
Shannon, there were limited things that he could answer. He also gave a shout out to us that we had been covering this very strongly. But I do want to say, when asked if he thought this was accidental, he said he couldn't comment. But we did hear him make a very strong statement that he didn't believe Leilani deserved a Thanksgiving. So a very strong statement. He also says they have a lot of evidence to prove the charges
Wow.
brought forward
Didn't
against her,
deserve it.
Shannon.
All right, thanks so much. Still a lot of
No. I don't know why they reported that, Cherry, because I could have swore that the reports were that they were human remains, but they were still waiting to see if they were Quentin's, but that they had found human remains. So if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me.
Answer questions we will be answering for people. It's been weeks since Quentin Simon went missing, so let's get you up to speed on what led up to his disappearance and what's happened since then. Over the last few months, hundreds of law enforcement officers have searched for 22-month-old Quentin Simon. October 5th is when Quentin was first reported missing. 5 days later, police said there could be a criminal element to the case. Now, in the days after, FBI agents and investigators canvassed his home, even drained the backyard pool. On October 12th, Chatham County Police named Leilani Simon as the prime suspect, but didn't arrest her until today. On October 18th, FBI experts started searching the landfill. Police said they believe someone threw Quentin into a dumpster. Now, for more information on the Quentin Simon case, we've made a detailed timeline on our website that includes arrests, shifts in the investigation, different search areas, analysis from legal experts, and so much more. Just visit our website. That's WJCL.com.
Hey, Jen, was there any more new information on Miss Robinson? Some crazy stuff yesterday that's been alleged or speculated. Very interesting stuff. I thought they said there were human. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Oh, for real? Okay. Because I thought that I heard that they were, at first they didn't know, but then they knew they were human, but then they didn't know if they were his yet. So, and it kind of like with this video that we just watched, that was the same press conference that we were watching in the beginning of the stream. So, if, I don't know, maybe they're not yet? Maybe they're not yet. Maybe they're not confirmed human. I don't know. There's got to be, maybe on Twitter or something, there's got to be some information or some kind of update with regards to that. Let me see. Let me check Twitter here. Chatham County. Let me see it. Let me follow. How do you spell it? CHATHAM. CHATHAM. Let's see here. Police Department. Okay, I believe that's the same logo. Let me double check. Yes, that's the same logo. So I'm going to go ahead and follow them with an emphasis. Charged her with murder. That's 6 hours ago. So all of these are going to be old threads. Sent the statement from PD to you. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, Jen. Let's see here. How's it going? Try that again. Didn't take me there. Go. Oh, it's a PDF. Shoot. All right, 1 second. I thought it was a website. Let me click on it here. Share this tab instead. Thank you so much. Let's see. Charged her with malice murder, concealing the death of another person, false reporting, and making false statements in connection with the disappearance and death of her 20-month-old son, Quentin Simon. Searchers uncovered what they believed to be human remains at the waste management landfill site. Tests at the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia, provided preliminary confirmation that the remains are human remains. Further testing, including DNA evidence, is being conducted to confirm that the remains are in fact human and whether the remains are Quentin's. Wow. So they couldn't even tell if it was human or not until they got it tested, which, I mean, I understand that. You know, it's been 2 months, right, since they were looking. Friday, it was questioned what kind of remains. 4 hours ago, it was confirmed human child remains, DNA test not complete. That's fucking facts. You owe me and was planning on just... Oh, I know. I'm sorry. I know you're not feeling good. Thank you so much. Yeah. I appreciate you guys so much because you guys help out so much. Wow, so it was confirmed 4 hours ago. I'm just wondering why this news clip from 3 hours ago didn't say that. That's crazy, but it is confirmed according to this statement. All right, we'll see if we got something else here. See if there's any more updates tonight. We're getting close to the end of the show. I just want to double check real quick. Share this tab again. Let's see. It's not looking like it. All these are a couple hours old. Armchair to I can't wait for ATS's documentary on Watts. They do some good stuff here. We have to support farmers. Yeah, this is all old stuff here from Fox 5 Atlanta. All right, this is where I got to last time, right here. Law and Crime Network. That I always like their information. And everything else is 3 hours ago, so we would have already been updated by now. All right, so let's watch this video real quick and see what Law and Crime. I always like these videos. They're always very informative.
This incident has shaken our community, has continued to shake our community, and we continue to mourn for the victims.
Let's see. It was confirmed that the friends did take 10,000. Oh, wow. So that is true, Jen. Wow. So maybe that the stuff that that lady was talking about yesterday, you know, that was speculated. That is so messed up. I really wanted to cover her tonight, but we'll just have to dig a little deeper into that one tomorrow. Yes, Cherry. Miss Robinson, if you watched the stream from yesterday, and then I know it was like cases from here to there. It was, you know, it was kind of a scramble, but there was just so much stuff yesterday that was covered. Basically, the friends that she was down there in Mexico with, three of them assaulted her. The last one assaulted her, grabbing her head and neck and body slamming her, and then she wasn't moving after that. Then the friends, because she had cash with her, they used all the cash. Oh, sorry. I didn't know you're being sarcastic. I thought you just didn't know who we were talking about. Sorry about that. The mom confirmed that they tried to get her to send them $5,000 to take her to the hospital, and then they stole her money and cards. What? They tried to get her mom to send them $5,000 to take her to the hospital? That is so weird. That is so weird. There's an interview with the mom. Ooh, do you have that, Jen? And what's up, Mr. Amon Gaming FF19? How you doing tonight? I know, definitely not friends. For sure not friends. Not real friends at all. And, oh, they are all on the run now, too. Yeah, I'm sure, because they shut their phones down. They know what's coming. But unfortunately, you know, it's up to an invitation from the Mexican officials for the FBI. But at least it's better than what they first came out with, stating that it was out of their jurisdiction and they wouldn't be able to do anything. But now, you know, they're going to try. It's just they have to be invited from the Mexican officials. So that's kind of sketch, especially if they're trying to close it down, like she passed away from alcohol poisoning, but you know, they didn't want to open nothing back up, and then all of a sudden they got some pressure, and so they're like, okay, we'll investigate it. But I don't know, when it comes to them saying that they need an invitation, the FBI needs an invitation from the Mexican officials in order to be involved in the investigation. I don't know, that just sounds real sketch to me. Don't worry about if you find it or tonight or not, Jen. We're going to watch this video, see what they have to say, and then I'm going to go ahead and end the show for the evening, and then we'll just dive into it deeper tomorrow. And then you can just send it whenever you're able to. Don't worry about it right now. I know you're not feeling good. Just send it whenever, and then when I get on the show tomorrow, I'll have the emails. All right. All right, let me go ahead and play this real quick. Kelt says, just think we pass these people on the street every day, people who can do so. I know. It's sickening.
It's been a little over a week since 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death in their beds, in their sleep, in their Kernodle, Maddie Mogan, and Kaylee Goncalves. And people are terrified. That morning, someone found the bodies of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Maddie Mogan, and Kaylee Goncalves. And people are terrified by this. At first, the police were trying to calm people's fears and telling them not to worry, but then they kind of walked that back. So joining me to discuss what goes into solving a crime like this is Joseph Scott Morgan. He is a forensic death investigator and a frequent guest on Law and Crime. Joseph, welcome back to Sidebar.
Hey, Anjanette, thanks for having me.
I want to know what your initial thoughts are on this. Obviously, this is a horrific thing. They said that the autopsies revealed that all 4 of these students were stabbed. They were likely asleep in their beds at the time, and that some had defensive wounds. They said that the 2 other roommates in the house have been cleared as suspects, along with the person who called 911. So it seems like we have a real mystery on our hands.
Yeah, we do. And the first word that really came to mind when I began to hear information trickle out about this is complicated. And it is, and it just makes sense. The more victims you have progressively, the more complicated a scene becomes. And particularly one, I've heard a lot of people throw around the term intimate and personal. And listen, sharp force injuries are intimate and personal. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's a sexual connotation with it. It's just that when someone is killed, it's not like firing a weapon at someone at a great distance. You're in their space at that moment in time, not just once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times. And so for me, having not seen the scene, obviously, but reflecting back in my career, anytime I've had edged weapons that have, been involved in a crime like this, you're going to have copious amounts of blood. And of course, blood can reveal a lot of things. It truly can. I mean, we can learn all kinds of stuff. We can do a DNA profile. We can, and even more generally, we can do blood type. However, they cover up a lot of things. With all of the transfer evidence, the crusted blood that you'll have on surfaces, and of course, unfortunately, on the bodies, you won't be able to appreciate anything immediately. So they have got a Herculean task in front of them. It would be a Herculean task for a large department, but we're talking about a very tiny police department.
Sure. And they are being assisted by the FBI. They said that they have 2 behavioral analysis unit investigators and then many more agents assisting with this case. They've also received 646 tips so far. And the police chief said that.
Yeah, and that's very true, Cherry. A kill with a knife versus a gun is way more intimate.
All will be investigated.
Totally true.
And to this point, they've conducted 90 interviews. So I find it interesting too, Joseph, that, it's kind of sad actually that, we're talking about a case where people, we live in the internet age, social media age. They said that there are so many people throwing out people's names online. They tried to dispel some of that at the press conference. But how do you go about eliminating suspects in this case? They say they've already eliminated the roommates and the person who called 911. They're not disclosing who called 911, but they're saying that these people have been eliminated. So where do you go from here? You have 4 students. I'm assuming this thing just kind of grows and mushrooms because you're trying to look at everybody who's involved with these 4 people.
Yeah. And, think about it. If, for many of us that, that have, regular jobs, I'm a college professor, so it's not really a regular job, but when you have a regular job, you've got a very tight-knit circle of people that you interact with on a daily basis. Many of us that have been in collegiate environments can identify with the fact that that circle is gigantic. Okay. In a university setting, you might not have day-to-day contact with people, but you're going to be surrounded by probably more people on a day-to-day basis than you will at any other part of, any other time in your life. People that you don't know, people that might be sitting next to you eating lunch, people that you walk into class with that you don't know. You're in a classroom with 40 people. You're not going to know everybody in there. So that for the police, everybody is a suspect, a person of interest, if you will, until they can begin to narrow that down. And it's obviously, they have started with a normal progression here. All right. You think about the
I want to say thank you for your words of support tonight. I appreciate it.
Roommates that were present with them that night, those 2 that were left alive,
and I'm sorry about how it started, but I just felt I needed to do it and be done with it. So I appreciate you guys hanging through that as well.
Check them off at this point. So they're kind of progressing out, and you work concentrically, out to the periphery. So you start with everybody that's in the tight, intimate group that they've been to parties with, they hang out with regularly, because it's not necessarily that those people are, full-on suspects, but they might know somebody that said something or did something that was menacing in some way. Some creepy guy that was hanging around that was, on the periphery of their lives, that kind of gave them a bad feeling. You have to go out and interview all of these people. So the fact that they've gotten a lot of tips is not surprising in a case like this. You mentioned we're in social media age, obviously. So you have all of that to contend with as well. There'll be people out there that truly do want to assist. And of course, there's other people that want to create havoc. Sometimes you'll get calls that come in that mean nothing whatsoever. So you have to be very skilled now, particularly nowadays, as you go to run down these leads.
And I want to add, because you had mentioned this earlier about this being an intimate crime, stabbing, there were no signs of sexual assault. The police chief said that from the autopsy. So we would want to clear that up as well. I find this just to be really confusing, Joseph, because this person stabbed 4 people. I mean, I can't imagine having somebody stabbed and not screaming and waking up the person next to me. So are we talking one person here, or are we talking more than one stabber or more than one assailant?
I got to tell you, I think some of these people that have been disseminated information have stated, I think a couple of them had stated that they felt as though this was one person. Now, I have to rely on that. I think that we all do. That's what, is being put out at this point in time. Is it possible more than one person could be involved? Possibly, because you're talking about 4 people are deceased, right? So, a big question, Anjanette, when this first kind of came across my field of view was, well, if that's the case, how do you control 4 people in order to facilitate this? This is not like somebody walked in with a handgun and shot everybody. But
Exactly.
The coroner openly stated, which again was interesting, because she gave conference before the police had actually had a conference. And, she stated they were asleep when this occurred. Okay, well, they're asleep. So that means that the individual that engaged in this, the perpetrator, was systematic. You can kind of, if that's the case, if what they're saying is accurate, the takeaway is, okay, well...
Good night too, Phantom. I thought maybe you dozed off already or you fell out. I appreciate you too, buddy. I didn't know you're still hanging out. Hope you have a good night. And cheers. Cheers.
To be familiar with the location, the layout, because I think I agree, this floor plan is kind of odd. You've got a split level kind of structure here. They're saying there's a first floor, but it's really not a true first floor. It's more like a basement. And you have the second floor that has an entrance through sliding glass doors, which is kind of on a flat plane. You can look out through those windows. I've seen the Zillow photos, and you can see for some distance. And then you've got the top floor. So the individual didn't apparently harm the people on the bottom floor, but on the second floor they did harm, and on the third floor they did harm, and then they had to exit. So the dynamic of this environment is interesting. It gives you an indication, I think, of a familiarity. Maybe the subject was watching them from a distance for some time, which I think would not be very difficult to do. And
That's an interesting statement right there. That's an interesting statement right there.
It gives you an indication, I think, of a familiarity. Maybe the subject was watching them from a distance for some time, which I think would not be very difficult to do in that backyard. I urge anybody in the sound of my voice, please go look at these photographs, and you can see, looking out of the sliding glass doors, you can see for some distance.
Huh.
the
We need
lights
to
are
get a
all
picture of that too, looking out this. But we did. In one of those first pictures, I think I have it still up. Yeah, look. Looking out that sliding door, what do you see? It's a bunch of frickin' trees, right? I don't know what he's talking about, unless he's talking about over this way. I don't know. It's just weird. That's a weird one. Multitasking phantom.
You can see everything that's going on my voice. Please go look at these photographs, and you can see, looking out of the sliding glass doors, you can see for some distance. And if the lights are all on in this place, there's a wood line over to the left. You can stand in the wood line, no one would ever see you at night. You can see everything that's on the side of the house that's illuminated, that's backlit, through those windows. Very troubling.
Yeah, very troubling indeed. And let's hope that because there were defensive wounds, there were
Wow.
that they tried to fight off their attacker. Hopefully, some type
That's
of
interesting.
evidence that can lead to the perpetrator can be found. We want to give out the tip line really quickly. Anybody who has information about this should call 208-883-7180. That's 208-883-7180. There's also an email inbox, tipline@ci.moscow.id.us. Joseph Scott Morgan, forensic death investigator, thanks so much for coming.
All right. A lot of good information tonight again. And it would be very easy to hide. That's interesting what that guy was saying. Very interesting. Very easy to do, huh? Wow. Well, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. We got a bunch of more knowledge on this stuff. We'll dig deeper into Miss Robinson tomorrow, since we got some confirmed information, and I'm interested to see what the mom says, that interview that you're talking about, Jen. But I want to appreciate you guys hanging through me this in the beginning. Sorry if I was emotional, but tomorrow's a new day. We're just going to keep rolling, having this peace, positive, respectful atmosphere. Thanks everybody for doing the same. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for helping out. Without your information, I'd only have half or a quarter of what I got. So thank you guys so much, especially the pictures, the links, and everything. Doing that at the same time as we're watching stuff together. Thank you guys so much. Stay warm, because I'm freezing. I hope everybody feels better that's sick, not feeling good. I know how you're feeling. I was there for 2 weeks. Still getting over it a little bit. But no more medicine today or yesterday, so that's good. And yes, peace out, Phantom. Hugs and good night, everybody. Thank you so much. And you know what time I'll be back on tomorrow. I can't wait to see you guys. Have a peaceful and positive evening.